So, the intention today is to anchor into our heart center. Every day, this can look a little bit different. And this intention is to help us when we wake up, and maybe when we're waking up in our inner thoughts. Maybe there's thoughts of what we just read the night before, the day before. Maybe there's worries or struggles or anything in the news. And that's how this morning was. I didn't necessarily wake up in distress, but it wasn't in this excited to navigate the day. And so what we're going to do is we're going to anchor into our bodies, anchor into our heart center. And that way we can feel that presence and connect with that, our sovereign being, before we go off and tackle our day. So find an upright position and then gently close your eyes. As you do so, go ahead and start to connect with your breath, taking a deep breath in and then a slow exhale out. And any last minute stretching with maybe some neck rolls or your arms, go ahead and do that. And with your shoulders, expanding them out, opening up the chest. This can look different every time I do this practice. So I'm tuning in to what is specifically needed today. So opening up that chest, pulling back the shoulders, and now starting to do some jaw, like stretching, just opening and closing of the mouth. I'm glad I have my eyes closed because I have no idea how I look. Don't worry about how you look either. Okay, so maybe those thoughts of what you need to do, trying to remember everything in your head, or those worrisome stories from the news, the current events, politics. Giving yourself a moment to anchor into appreciating that you do care and you want to know what's going on. And you can feel emotional about it, and that's okay. And now we're just going to allow those thoughts to drift aside, as if they're moving outside of a bubble around you. They're not gone. Thanking them for being there. It's helping you stay with your humanity. But just placing them outside the bubble. And then bringing your attention back towards yourself. Let's start with the head. Breathing here. I notice when I start to anchor into my heart center, for me, I start yawning, releasing stress. So that may be similar to you, it may not. But just a heads up, there will be lots of yawns, potentially. And hopefully that invites you to yawn and release that tension. Okay, so I feel my inner awareness, where my brain is, just somatically giving this part of our body attention. Breathing here. Thanking it for all that it does to help us navigate our day, to solve problems, to think about life and the interconnected dots. Just showing it so much appreciation and gratitude. And now we're going to bring our awareness to our neck. And appreciating the center of where we get to express ourselves and how we navigate our day and how we engage in projects and how we communicate what's important to us, what's happening, sharing information with others, spreading and advocating, being able to touch into how we feel and being able to communicate that with ourselves, asking ourselves what we need and being able to answer and provide that with ourselves and others. Just continuing to notice, however, which ways the body wants to release that stress. So now I'm going to draw my attention to my upper chest area and to our heart area. And if it feels inviting to do so, you can put your hand on your heart. Breathing here. Ooh. All right, so feeling the heart center, bringing our awareness into this beautiful space with gentleness and ease, no rushing, just giving our loving presence here. Ooh. Just resting here in the silence of your presence, your awareness landing right where your hand is in that center heart space area. And letting this upper heart area know that you're here and you're grateful for all that your heart does for you, helping you land in greater awareness, helping you connect with your intuition, your internal guidance system, helping you know what's in alignment and what's not. Maybe doing a few more stretching here to land even deeper into your heart space. It's almost like as if this area of your chest is an open vessel and you're bringing in your essence. It can look like an energy color and it's being filled in this area. And for a second, let's tune in and see if there's any worries, something that keeps maybe attempting to get your attention. And let's tune in for a moment. Maybe it's our inner child that is concerned about something, worried about something, fearing something. It might need your wise wisdom and reassurance. So tuning in and seeing if there's anything there. And then if there is, giving that part of you some gentle awareness and attention and care. So it could look like a simple conversation that you would have with a friend, supporting them regarding a fear, a worry, or a concern. My inner child does feel a little overwhelmed with the news and just navigating all the pieces and the information, but also a little overwhelmed just navigating everything that's on my to-do list. She wants to be a A+ student and get everything done, be on top of everything. She's very motivated to continue to do the steps to complete a lot of projects that she's been thinking about and saying that she's going to do for months and months and months. And now she wants to see them come into completion. And she knows some of those will happen in the next few months, and then others will take a little bit longer. But she's ready to give herself the loving attention. And she's going to go ahead and just say some comforting things to her inner child, the younger part of her that is afraid of change, is afraid of new things, is afraid of loss. So you can pause here to say some things, and I'll go ahead and say some things to my inner child, and if it resonates with you, take it. Inner child, thank you so much for fighting for us. Thank you so much for your perseverance. You want so much for us to succeed, and I love that about you. And guess what? We are succeeding. We're paying attention. We're becoming aware of old patterns and old protections that no longer serve us. And we've been stuck in these old patterns since childhood. And the changes that are coming are the changes that we have been asking and praying for. And they may not look like exactly what we thought that they were going to be. But we are trusting and surrendering. We are riding in the passenger seat of the car, feeling the alignment, that we are on the right path. So even though you want to grip in your hold or say, no, wait. I need you to soften breathe. And start to lay back a little bit. You've done so much work. You're exhausted, depleted, and tired. And you deserve to relax. I see my inner child. And you can picture this too if you'd like. At the beach, on a lounging chair with the top part lowered, laying back, having a refreshing drink next to them, and just seeing right in front of them the blues of the ocean waters, the sun shining, the golden glistening sand all around. You deserve to relax, to reclaim your own childhood. And we get to do that by doing things a new way. Letting go of old conditionings or patterns that want us or tap us into this frequency of being afraid. So staying with that until you feel a shift. I'm smiling as my inner child is learning to just be. What a beautiful gift. As I get to really make some powerful shifts and moves in my life. And now taking a moment to let your child know, your inner child, what you guys can do now that maybe you couldn't do before. So you may listen to what I share with my inner child, or you can pause and do your own, and then listen and take whatever resonates with you. Inner child, we now can hold big pieces of information about the world. We can hold things that don't look good for our population, information about wars and politics and politicians and what's happening, laws that are wanting to be placed, stories of fears, of maybe some quotation marks, conspiracy theories. We can hold all of those while also staying grounded and rooted within ourselves. Information and awareness is good because it allows us to anchor into, there's some hearsay information. No one knows completely what the complete facts are. But then we can start to put the pieces together as we have our own information and discern the information that we take in. Before, it was too much because we had other priorities of just surviving. But now we have a vast open vessel. Our brain is vast, and we can hold and retain information. Our heart has the capacity to hold disheartening information, but also rise above it. So we are no longer built like we were before. We have a very more advanced system with a lot of the healing work that has been done over the years. we are equipped to handle a lot more than we think we can. And we're going to open up ourselves to receive that love, kindness, compassion, if that's what our heart desires. And then we're going to be able to release the discharge of any kind of negative imprinting on those types of news and information. And we're going to come back and anchor into our solid center of our essence. And at this time, if you'd like to call on any additional support to help assist, by whatever names that resonate with you, you are welcome to. I like to call on angels and beings of the highest light that are here to support my personal evolution. And let's anchor in even more deeply. So I'm feeling guided to start kind of like massaging the upper chest, bringing in more awareness here. And it's a circular type of motion. And now we're going to draw our attention down from the upper chest and down to our stomach, and bringing your hands and placing them over your stomach, bringing awareness here, dropping that heart center energy that has just been neutralized, stirred up, bringing it down into your heart center, down into your lower stomach area. And I feel like this whole area is our sovereign center. Breathing here. Opening the shoulders, allowing greater release. And just thanking yourself for giving your inner being attention that they needed. Some care and inner nurturing. It can be so easy to miss this and not take the time to do something like this. But then that running dialogue of your inner child is then interfering with everything that you do. So by addressing it here, you open up yourself to greater emotional, mental bandwidth as you are immersed in your day-to-day. So I did not expect that to come through. I thought we were going to be just anchoring into our heart, but what I have noticed is that as spirit will draw the attention to where it needs to be attended to so that we can drop into our sovereign center in whatever capacity that we can. And that will shift from day to day. So now feeling that opening of that heart energy from the top of your chest all the way down to the bottom of your stomach. Breathing. Yawning. And in your mind's eye, what I am starting to see is a galaxy space. So now bring yourself into a galaxy space. So whatever that looks like for you, there's no right or wrong. And this place, this space, this inner space, what I feel is this complete silence but it's an inviting silence, not a silence you fear, but a silence that you want to just immerse yourself into. And there's a great sense of peace and serenity. The energy is completely calm. As if you're just floating in space, similar to floating in water, feeling that weightlessness, just continuing to let every muscle in your body, in your arms, your legs, release any excess tension it was holding. And then what we're going to do, this inner vessel energy that you've been anchoring in, and stay there forever, how long you'd like to stay. And then when you're ready, you're going to imagine that this inner vessel, this is your own pure energy that's like in your inner vessel space. And now you're going to open it up to expand the rest of your body. So all the way to the tips of your fingers and all the way to the tips of your toes, equalizing your body. And then we're going to let it spew out from your body into your aura and expanding out however far and wide, with the intention to cleanse your space, your aura outside of you, helping to continue to transmit and release anything that no longer serves you, so you can be in your pure sovereign energy, grounded in your heart space. And now taking a moment to recognize the shift from when you started to now. I definitely feel a greater sense of presence in my inner being, and there's this comfortable stillness and steadiness that I am enjoying. And while there was some concerns starting, they feel a lot more distant, and it feels like I'm prioritizing my connection with myself first and foremost. And that steadiness is helping me feel more secure and capable of navigating whatever I need to navigate in my day. So those yawns are my sign of just continuing to even deepen. I love how this place just feels like your inner soul spa, just warm and inviting and peaceful. So as you do this practice, you'll increase awareness of when you really feel like you've landed in steadiness within your sovereign self. You can stay as long as you need to, like to. I'm feeling myself completely in my body. And this is how I'd like to navigate my day. Prior to, I was a lot more in my head, and now I can feel the energy shift of being more rooted in my body. So landing in appreciation and gratitude, thanking your spiritual support, thanking your inner child today for coming through and releasing what they needed to release, and coming more on board with who you are today. And so with loving kindness rooted in our anchored center, mission accomplished. This is how to tackle the day. But not just tackle the day, to be in the day, to fully be immersed in your day. So when you're ready, you can slowly start to reorient yourself back into the space. Ooh. And we're off to seize the day. Thank you for your participation, and I would love to hear how this experience was for you. So let me know.